Greetings, friends. This week, we're moving on from the liturgy and issues surrounding sacred space and worship to the next item on our parish pastoral plan, which is welcoming and belonging. Now, there's a challenge here because if you are a cradle Catholic, you haven't the foggiest idea how strange the Mass appears to somebody who has no idea of what's going on. It was that way for me at first, when I first went to an Episcopal, which is sort of close in the structure to the Catholic. I was just staring around and I couldn't follow what's going on because I was just too bedazzled with everything that's going on, which is not a bad thing, okay? Because the Mass is something completely and totally different than ever happens outside in the secular world. It's meant to be that way, okay? So we can't expect somebody coming in from the street, coming in and feeling at home right off the bat, okay? The Mass is kind of like wine, okay? It's an acquired taste. So with that in mind, we need to proceed with our thoughts on this whole thing, okay? Certainly we can be welcoming. We can be greeters, okay? In 2013, we started a greeting ministry here. And a lot of people believe and feel like we're a welcoming church just merely by having greeters out there with a smile, shaking hands and handing out the bulletins and the Mass guides and what have you. It's so important to do that. And right now, I'd like to pitch for that. Please, please, please pray about being a greeter. But on the other hand, are we really a welcoming church just because we have greeters out there? I'll tell you what a real welcoming church is when every member in the church comes to the church with a mindset that you are going to be a greeter, that you're going to welcome somebody, instead of just sort of staying off by your own or sticking out with the normal crowd. We should be looking at people and saying, I'm going to pick that person up and I'm going to introduce myself to that person. That is when we can really call ourselves a welcoming church, okay? So, we do have a welcome ministry as well, where there are folk here who are called to help new families to come in and to walk them through what it means to be here at the church. And that's a good thing. And I would really encourage you to be part of that too, if you feel God calling it to. So there are a lot of things that we can do, okay? But it's a mindset, okay? Like some people think that, we have to have how should we say it, more of a casual approach to the liturgy, something that's more of a gathering thing, which is the good history of this church. I mean, I like the idea of the gathering and the fellowship and all that sort of thing. It's got to be here to be a welcoming place. But some pick that up against what we have been trying to lay out for you with regard to the majesty of the Mass and the sacredness of the liturgy and the holiness. Okay, the two do not have to be in conflict. Okay, and that's the point I want to get across. To be a welcoming church. Again, someone off the street's going to come in and it's going to be weird to them no matter what. Okay. What really will make the difference is what we bring to the Mass. If we're going to the Mass looking to be charged up or to be, God forbid, entertained or come passively to see what we can get, that is not what God would have us to be. We are to come with the joy of the Lord, ready for worship, and if we come with the joy, we're going to sing. We're going to express ourselves joyfully. We're going to make it a welcoming place that people see when they come in that we want to be here. And so that, I think, is the important thing, is what we bring to the Mass, okay? We bring ourselves with an attitude of welcoming. We also bring with the joy of the Lord and the gifts that God's given us. And this will become evident as we strive together to perfect what we do here in the Mass, and as we try to become more welcoming with people and making it a home for everyone. God bless.